the U.S. is the key historical emitter. It remains a major economy with a significant carbon footprint. So showing its determination to collaborate and to actually take the climate emergency as an issue of concern is extremely significant. What we're hoping to see come out of this is that sort of long coveted 2030 nationally determined contribution from the U.S. The hope and what we expect to see is at least a 50% contribution or 50% reduction in carbon in greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. However, on this point, and this is why social movements have been so significant, they've been highlighting that given the significant role of the U.S. as a global player and historical player, in fact, they should be pushing for even higher, for at least 70% to account for this sort of imbalance.
So you think the target likely to be set by Biden might not go actually far enough, but is it achievable if they are more ambitious than that?
Yes, so it is technically feasible. The question, as it often tends to be, lies around political will and political commitment. And Biden does face, especially with pressures from the right and other groups on the right of the political spectrum, he does face quite a lot of challenges in implementing a much more ambitious target. But it certainly is achievable. And we have to remember that emissions are cumulative. So these long-range targets for 2030 and 2050, they often tend to be too little too late. What matters is what we do to implement these changes in the here and now.
China's invited to this conference. Washington and Beijing have vowed to work together to tackle climate change. How easy is that likely to be, do you think, given the tensions on other issues?
Absolutely. So another sort of hurdle on the horizon for Biden's administration. But nevertheless, I think it's quite promising that they, with recent talks, especially with climate envoy John Kerry's visits to Shanghai, that there has been sort of at least there's a demonstration of intention to collaborate. And again, you've got the two largest economies who account for almost half of global emissions. And so it's really going to be very interesting to see how things develop over the next 2 days. But it's promising to see the willingness to cooperate on this front.